joining me to discuss this further is legal practitioner Court-Oshoma. Thank you very much for your time. Now, Justice Evelyn Anyadike in a judgment held that the section of the Act was unconstitutional and has no effect whatsoever. But going by the argument of the National Assembly, they say the court passed a judgment on the matter which was not included in the Electoral Act passed by the National Assembly. What do you make of this?
Yeah, thank you, Folashade. Like I have said before now, the sections that the judge relied on does not cover the issue that the National Assembly actually legislated on. The judge relied on a section that talks about civil servants, the resignation of civil servants at least 1 month before election. This section 8212, it's talking about political appointees for the purpose of primaries in political party and has nothing to do with contesting for election. The court also have heard that civil servants are different from public appointees. So to that extent, the Constitution has not made adequate provisions for political appointees, and which is what this Electoral Act amendment sought to do. So I am completely in support of the National Assembly joining the suit as a party and then appealing the judgment. That will give the court the opportunity to robustly look at all of the issues and arguments for and against, excuse me, and take a decisive decision on it. And it's a welcome development. And if the National Assembly had not appealed this decision, then it means that there is something actually fishy. Because also I am of the view that in the first place, the National Assembly that made the law, like the Senator rightly said, ought to have been joined as a party in the matter.
Now, how will the judgment, either for or against the lawmakers, shape the relationship between the executive and the legislature?
It basically had nothing to do, it is not a personal thing, it's not a personal issue. It's about development of electoral laws. So nobody should look at it from the prism of whether the National Assembly, has issues with the executive. They must not, for the interest of democracy, kowtow to the dictate of the executive always. What is at the core of this issue is the functions of both organs of government, agency of government. The National Assembly, it's their duty to make laws. Why the executive is to execute the law made, and then the judge's duty is to interpret. So what basically is playing out here is that there seems to be conflict and misunderstanding. And so it is better for that matter to be exhausted at the highest court by all parties concerned. So it's instead of just having a situation where some persons will sneak, in agreement to the court to find them, a way of deceiving the other party. That's basically what is happening. I don't think it will affect, the relationship between both parties, because between both organs of government or agencies of government, but basically to strengthen democracy, and we'll take it up from there.
Well, indeed, legal practitioner Court-Oshoma, thank you very much for your contribution.